What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and check it out. Big possible leak dropping tonight. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We are possibly looking at a leaked roster list, as you can see right here, that features the lineup for Marvel and Capcom, and I think there's going to be a little bit of disappointment in the air. It is very MCU-centric, and I really can't speak much as far as Capcom's side is concerned. But, man, let's go ahead and go over the Marvel side, which is obviously more appealing to me. We've been talking about it for a little bit. The fact that LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 is rumored to have no X-Men, and now we are looking at a possible roster for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite with no X-Men, a game that has traditionally had many X-Men, including Deadpool and Wolverine and Jean Grey and more. So here's what we have for Marvel: Ant-Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Gamora, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man, Nova, Rocket/Groot, Spider-Man, Thanos, Thor, and Ultron. So very few villains from that list for Marvel, and 0 X-Men. For Capcom, we have Arthur, Chris, Chun-Li, Dante, Firebrand, Jedah, Monster Hunter, Morrigan, Nemesis, Ryu, Spencer, Strider, Hiryu, X, and then a question mark, which could be anything. So I really don't know what to make of the list as far as Capcom's side. That's never been really my focus. I'm not necessarily the biggest of Capcom gaming fans, but I know my buddy Tim was very quick to point out no Zangief. He was pretty disappointed about that, or Hagar. So, you know, I don't know what to say, but I can talk a little bit about the lack of X-Men. There's a lot of characters that are missing, and I think people are going to be a teeny bit disappointed. So, I mean, I think the roster is okay if this is truly the roster. So, what can we say? Ant-Man, not really a surprise. Captain America, not a surprise. Captain Marvel, we saw her in the trailer, as we did Iron Man. Hawkeye, you know, cool, I guess. Maybe I would rather see Black Widow. Then you have Gamora, which is a surprise. No Star-Lord, but we do have Gamora. There's also Hulk, obviously. Spider-Man, Thanos, Thor, and Ultron. We've seen some of these characters in the trailer. The one that surprises me is my favorite character, Nova. I'm actually really surprised. I did not expect to see him again. I actually expected him to be cut. And quite frankly, I'm really surprised that they left Star-Lord out of the game in favor of Nova. What that tells me is DLC. We're probably looking at DLC in terms of Star-Lord, maybe Black Widow. Who knows? Maybe we have Ronin. I don't know. Yellow Jacket. There's a lot of opportunity there. Maybe Wasp is involved. Black Panther. So there's definitely a few characters that were left out. I'm looking at the list, and I don't know. It just seems very small. And on the Capcom side, again, I mean, you guys could probably speak to it a little bit more than I can. The Capcom side is just not something that I necessarily pay much attention to. So, definitely a bit of a surprise. What do you guys think of this roster? I mean, we don't know if it's legit. I mean, it's definitely something that looks official. It has, like, I mean, I know you can't really see it, but there's a big watermark in the background where it says Marvel and Capcom. But looks pretty legit, and you know, it kind of speaks to the lack of X-Men, that Marvel is shooting themselves in the foot with leaving out the X-Men. There was a forum post that one of the guys from Elgato retweeted that showed I'm trying to pull that up. It says specifically, I was just given permission to share this. And then for Rocket Groot, it said, "This is how the character was named to me. I'm not sure if it's just Rocket Raccoon with Groot assists or a redesigned character actually called Rocket Groot," which, potentially. They also speculated that Frank West might be the missing character. So I don't know. Who knows? I don't understand where Marvel is coming from right now. I've heard from a lot of places that they are very difficult to work with, and it seems like they are pulling the X-Men from all their games in spite of the fans. I can tell you unequivocally that if you read any response to any posting about any of the new games, Lego Marvel Superheroes, and especially Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, people are begging for X-Men. Personally, I mean, I'd love to have Deadpool in the game. I'm actually shocked that, again, that Nova's in here. That is not a character I thought they'd bring back. Obviously, they brought him back because he has ties to the past. I mean, look at him. He's featured heavily in the opening video for the game, I don't understand why Marvel's doing this, though, There's no Doctor Strange either, and he was in the last game. Crazy. There's part of me that just doesn't want to believe this list, but... it looks legit. I can't source, who the person is that leaked it, obviously, so we have to take it with maybe a little bit of a grain of salt. But, I mean, the person that posted it to Twitter, that kind of retweeted it and put the info out there, he is somebody in the industry, and typically when he posts something that leaks, it is accurate. So I can speak to that. So, man, what do you guys think? If this is the roster, is this something that you're happy about? It is basically Marvel Cinematic Universe versus Capcom Infinite. So I guess it makes sense because they're using Infinite. They're using the Infinity Stones. But, yeah, sometimes they just can't leave well enough alone. But I would love to know what you guys think about this potential leaked roster. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And